Hello lovelies, I'm back on your screen with another healthy and delicious recipe. Today we'll be making spicy grilled fish. Let's have a look at the ingredients I'll be using for this recipe. I have bell pepper, cayenne pepper, cucumber, carrots, onions, garlic, ginger, a marinade. The marinade is made of fresh herb spices, parsley, basil, dill, onions, garlic. I have the recipe on my channel. You can check it out and use it for all your dishes. And I have my fish. I'm using barracuda. You can use tilapia or any fish. Oyster sauce there. I have my salt and my oil to help in the blending. So what I'll do is to roast my spices. That's the pepper, onion, garlic. Roasting spices actually enhances their flavor, so you can do this in the oven or charcoal. I do not have charcoal, so I'm doing it directly, but roasting it on direct fire, oh my, the flavors become so strong. So I'm doing this to enhance the flavor. If you don't want to roast your spices, that's fine, but roasting it takes your marinade or seasoning to a different level. So I will do this for 1 to 2 minutes to ensure that all my spices are roasted. So the spices are roasted and I'm blending it with the marinade. So I'm transferring this into my blender and then I'll add in the marinade. So you can adjust the spices according to your taste. Then I'm adding in my bell pepper. As I said, you can use any fish of your choice, barracuda, snapper or tilapia, that's fine. And the marinade, I have it on my channel. You can use it for all your favorite dishes. I want my fish more spicy, that's why I'm using more spices. So this is my ginger, and then I'll add in 1 teaspoon of salt. Adjust the salt according to your taste or according to the quantity of marinade or seasoning you are making. So I add in a little of the oil to help me in blending. Then 1 teaspoon of oyster sauce will go in there, and I'll add the rest of my pepper. I have about 3 cayenne, which is unsmoked, so I'll add it. I'm blending my spices with the marinade. I forgot to add that roasting the spices gives you that smoky flavor you get from flame grilled. Since I'm not using the flame and I'm using the oven, I still want that smoky flavor, and this smells so good. It's so good. The next thing to do is to marinate my fish. As I said, I'm using barracuda. You can use any fish of your choice. So just make some incisions. So I'm cutting into the fish. You can make as many incisions as you want on both sides of the fish. You can make about 3, 4, and then on this side 2 of the fish you cut through. But before using my fish, I've pre-washed it with lemon juice. You can wash yours with lime or anything. So this fish is washed. I'm just sprinkling a bit of the lemon into it. But before you use your fish, make sure to wash it with lime, lemon juice or vinegar. This takes away the fishy smell, fresh fishy smell of it, and it disinfects your fish for you, making it whole for consumption. So always try to wash your fish. So I'm just cutting in to be sure that my marinade gets into the fish. Every corner of the fish gets my marinade. Now that this is done, I'll season it with just a pinch of salt. Just a pinch of salt. So you adjust the salt or the seasoning according to your taste or according to your preference. So I'm just rubbing some salt into my fish, and then the next thing to add is my marinade. This smells so good. It smells so good, trust me. So the marinade is going in there. You massage it, get your fingers and work on that fish. Yes, work on it. Make sure the marinade gets into every corner of the fish, leaving no part unmarinated. Nope. So I'm dropping some into the head, then I'll drop my finger in there and work on it, get the marinade into it. You wouldn't want to have part of your marinade or part of your fish delicious and parts not delicious. So you make sure to get the whole fish well marinated. So I'd like to use this opportunity to thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, kindly do so, because this channel is for healthy and simple recipes, super healthy meals that will wow your family, your guests. It makes cooking so much easier. We don't want to spend so much time in the kitchen, yet we want to eat delicious meals. This is the channel for you. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications and share with your family and friends. Tell a friend to tell a friend that there's a healthy recipe channel on YouTube, Mandy's Food Hub. Just subscribe and take your cooking skills to another level. So I'm giving it many incisions as possible, then adding in more marinade. Next thing to do is to cover my fish with a cling for 1 hour. This is to help it marinate well. You can do this for 12 hours, 24 hours. Just know that the longer it stays marinated, the tastier it will be. So I'll just put this in the fridge for the next 1 hour. It's after 1 hour, 30 minutes of marinating my fish in the fridge. The next thing is to wrap this in a baking paper or parchment paper. You can use an aluminium foil or edible leaves such as wache or plantain leaves. So what I'm doing is measuring the parchment paper, getting the length as the same as the fish. So I'll just measure it and then cut it off. I wouldn't want my fish exposed, parts covered and parts not covered, because I don't want dry fish. I want a juicy fish. So I'll just cut this. You can do that for the aluminium foil or any leaves of your choice. So I'll transfer my fish into the parchment paper. If you're using an aluminium foil or the edible leaves, that's the wache or plantain leaves, you do the same. So transfer it into the parchment paper, flip over to the other side that doesn't have enough marinade, and cover that part too with marinade. We want the fish well marinated, spicy and tasty. We want an even taste. We don't want some parts tasty, some parts not tasty. So I'm adding in more marinade to cover all the parts that have not had enough marinade. Then I'll wrap my parchment paper. Alright, so I'll flip the other side of the parchment paper to cover the fish. This is what I meant by getting the length of your parchment paper or whatever you are using to cover the fish right. So if you are using aluminium foil or edible leaves, that's fine. Then I'll tie this with a rope, because I wouldn't want the paper to get released and get my fish exposed. So whatever that you can use to secure the cover, that is the parchment paper, your wache leaf, plantain leaf, aluminium foil, use it to secure it. You can use a toothpick if you don't have a rope or something that you use to secure your paper. So I'm just going to ensure that everything, I don't want to risk, or I don't want my fish to get exposed, so I'm really securing it very well. So I'll transfer this into a Pyrex bowl lined with the parchment paper. You can use any baking sheets or whatever that you use to bake your stuff. Then I put this in the oven and grill it for 30 minutes, 15 minutes on both sides. While that's going on, I'll cut my veggies. It's 15 minutes, and what I'll do is I'll bring out my fish and flip over to the other side. As I said, I'll be grilling it 15 minutes on both sides. So after 15 minutes, you flip it over and then you put it back into the oven to grill for the next 15 minutes. It's about 25 minutes since I started grilling my fish, so you'll soon be ready. The next thing is to saute my veggies. Yes, and I'm using virgin coconut oil. You can use any cooking oil of your choice, but be sure that it's healthy. Just a little bit of the oil there, and I'm adding about a teaspoon to 1.5 of the marinade I made into it. I'm going to saute my veggies. So I'll start by adding in the hard veggies, which is the carrot and onion, because these take a little while to cook before the rest, the cucumber and bell pepper. We want our veggies evenly sauteed. We don't want some half, some hard and some soft. So you just saute this for 30 seconds. A drizzle of the lemon there, and then I'll add in the rest of my veggies. That's the bell pepper and then the cucumber. Then I give that a quick stir for 30 seconds and I'm done. Don't want your veggies overcooked, no, just a little bit soft and you're good to go. And it's exactly 30 minutes. My fish is ready. I'm just untying this. I can't wait to see. It smells really good, although it's wrapped. So if you're using leaves, whatever, if you just release it, open it up. Oh, this smells so good. And the next thing is to transfer my juicy fish into the plate. Look at that. Look at how juicy it is. Yes. And it smells so good and it's so delicious. So I just transfer my fish from the parchment or baking paper into a plate. Honestly, I could just eat it from the parchment paper, but for the sake of this video, I had to be patient because, oh boy, it smells so good. The smell is wow. So I've transferred this into my plate. The next thing is to garnish it with my sauteed veggies. Who wouldn't want to eat this? Who is going to reject this? Nobody. So this is just it. At long last, the fish is ready to be eaten. You can pair this with any dish of your choice or just eat it as it is. It's so delicious, spicy and juicy. Look at that. Who wouldn't want to eat this? Who would want to miss? Absolutely nobody. It's so delicious, and here's the taste buds on point. So try this and recreate it whichever way that you want. I'm pairing mine with acheke, which is made of cassava, and it's so delicious. I hope you enjoy yours. Don't forget to tag me, leave your comments and all, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Turn on post notifications. I'll see you soon. Bye, and enjoy your fish.